Good morning, students. Let us continue the principles. The subject is principles of event management. In that second chapter, event management procedure. So, in that first topic is holding principles for holding an event. The principles are the fundamental norms, rules, or values that are followed by an organization while preparing the various activities. Proper understanding of these principles is very necessary and helpful for an event manager. These principles act as an guidelines for the managerial activities. So while conducting the event, so these principles helps to smooth flowing of an event. In that first one is principles of clarity of purpose. So in recent years many event management companies are coming up. So like any other companies or a management company should grow strength by strength. So therefore, the first principles of any event management says without any clarity on what the company is doing, why it is doing, event should not begin. So, in other words, we can say it as a principles of clarity of purpose states that the company should clearly mention their objectives. The main objective of event management may be sometimes return on investment, profit earn ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. So are providing some beautiful memories to their target audience ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದ ಮೈನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆನ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸೊ ಮೈನ್ ಈವೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್ ಮನಿ ಆನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಈವೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಈವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ದೇ ಗೆಟ್ ಸಮ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ main objective of any event organization. The main principles of clarity of purpose. So clear objective should be there. Next one is second one is principles of focus. Here target audience should be considered. Without the customers there is no company. Even the company is a greatest asset are its customers. So in other words we can say it as a customers are the kings. So therefore the customers focus it. The second principles of event management is customer focus is very important. Any event conducted by the company should keep customers at the center. So that the company should plan a event and then invite the audience to match the event. It should be design an event suitable to a particular audience group. So there is also a particular audience group of people. So in that way they should design the events. Next one is third one is principles of communication. Here principles of communication will come media contracts. So the objective and goal of an organization should be made to know all in the organization. It is a equal essential to communicate to a external world about what company is doing, where it is doing them. So ನಾವು ನ್ಯೂಸಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಈವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಂಥ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು? ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಅವೇಯಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರವಾಗಿ ಲೈಕ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್, ಟೆಲಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಈವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಈಸ್ principle of connectivity. Here connectivity includes logistic. Events of a company may be held indoor or outdoor. The venue decided based on the types of activity of the company has to be formed. So if the event are conducted outdoor, it is really essential for the company to ensure proper logistic facilities for the audience. Maybe logistic facilities like facility of catering, facility of parking or facility of transportation. So these are being included. For example, for marriage event, okay, facility of transportation is very important. Next, there is not a confusion regarding the mode of commuting to a menu. At the time of registration itself, for the participant should made a clear about the logistic aspects. So while booking the event only, the target audience should say what are all the logistic facilities are provided in the event. Next fifth principle of facility. Here, engaging the audience. So the company generate revenue because of audience. So it is a primary duty and the concern of the company to engage the audience, to offer them joyful experience or a memorable experience in that event. So it reminds the memory of the audience and influence them to come back to the different other event of the company. So in this way we have to facilitate to the facilities are given to the different facilities are given to the particular target audience. Next one is principles of promotions. Here, giveaways. So the principle of promotion says that the company should strive to promote the company in every activity they do. So it is good practice that the company gives some gifts to the participants. Okay, the quality of gift should not be tarnish the image of the company, so it should not damage the image of the company. So it should while giving the gifts, nothing should be gifted which counterfeit the basic purpose of the event. So while promoting while conducting the event, they promote their company's names or event activities or in different ways of providing information about the event to the different audience, so that the different events are come to that company. Next one is seventh one is principles of confidence. Here, ready to take challenging questions. So people are curiously listeners and learners. So they would want to explore all the possibility to gain more information about the event or a company. Therefore, the company should prepare in advance for preparing the question form for the audience or many of the participants. So, while conducting the event, maybe some a famous leaders will be come to that event. So, such leaders we are asking questions so that they can prepare some list of questions. We'll get it the answers. It will be useful for audience. Next one is eighth principle is principles of people management. So providing the proper staff. The success of any event is largely depends on how good the event was organized and confident. So therefore it is necessary for the company to provide right people for right activity. For example, so welcome girls or a parking some guidelines or stage anchors. So these are that or light management or a effect of decorations. So decorating people. So these such peoples are included while conducting the event. And an unsatisfied employee cannot deliver the happiness to the customers. So it should be considered this point. Next one is ninth one is principles of documentation. Here documentation include recording of any event. So here the company should design and develop a proper documentation mechanism in the organization. So the system should be capable of capturing all the activities in detail. So the company must be in the position to maintain all the record very systematically. For example, so we are recording by the cameras or audio records, video records. Okay, we cannot say we can say it as a audio records or a photography. It may be included. Next one is principles of evaluation. So reviewing the things. The process of any activity will complete with evaluation. According to deductions, if any cannot measure it, it cannot be managed. So therefore, it is necessary for any event manager should evaluate every event after the completion. He should maintain a record keeping, or he should maintain a report to record how the event is work out from this event to another event. Next one is principle of customer convenience. Here, easy registration and access to the event place. But providing the convenience to the customers should be the prime concept of any organization. For example, we are deciding we are conducting an event in particular place, but the audience is not know such place means it may be affect to the event management only. So that the customer would like to enjoy the good experience with the company. So the success of an organization is largely depend on how the customer is treated by the company. Customer comforts and convenience will be added to the customer satisfaction. Next one is 12th one is principles of acknowledgement. Here acknowledgement includes cultural saying thank you. So in like inviting a participant to attend the event, it is equally important for the company to acknowledge or thank the participant for their time and value presence. So thank you note should be sent to all the participants including the speakers and others who were the part of the event. So it is very important to give a attitude of gratitude, thank you. Next one is principles of commitment. Here commitment include owning the event. The principles of commitment demand fully involvement of all the individuals involved in the purpose of any event completions. Next one is principles of technology integration. By using the technologies integration, so the all the relevant event management activity. So integrating the activity will reduce the duplication of the work or reducing the workload. The event manager can devote their valuable time on major operational decision. So by adopting that technology, so it workload will be reduced to the event management. Next one is principles of continuous learning. Here continuous improvement an important key for any organization. These happen only when the people in the organization learn a new continuous. So learning a new things is also very important in the organization. Next one is principles of optimum utilization of resources. Here every organization, whether it is a big or small, will have a limited resources. The success of an organization is depend how effectively the resources can be used or eliminating the wastages which brings the profit of the organization. Next one is principles of minimum care. Here customer care is closely associated with customer satisfaction. Okay, while doing the event, so any accidents are occurred to the customers, so it is a bad name to that event management only. So it should be considered a customer in an organization must valuable advertising tool, because he comes to an event and attend and he says some another people to how effective the event is there. So customer promotion is very important, like mouth to mouth advertisement is best example for minimum care of principle. Next one is general details. Next topic is general details in event management. In that, the event manager is responsible for getting things done from the team members. Event manager is expected to brief the various heads of the team about the event. Once the communication regarding the event is given to the team leader, the event manager should brief them about the expected outcomes of any event. Basically, the general guidelines is given to the event manager and the team should be work for the responsible given to them. So here event manager, he only manages his team. So he is providing ಅವನು ಏನಿದ್ರೂ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವನ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನಿದ್ರೂ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಟೆಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಹೌ ವರ್ಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ವರ್ಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ ವೇ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳೋದು. ಸೊ ವೈಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾದರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ by the event management team should include the following guidelines. So first one is planning. So predetermined course of action. So only they have to prepare the things. Next one is timeline. So event is conducted from which date. Okay, before that date what are all the activities should be completed. Next one is budgeting. Okay, it is very important. So we have to know that budgeting is very important. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಈವೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಕೋರೇಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಯರ್ ಇನ್ವೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಎನಿ actions are being kept in the event means, so while selling some products means, so in that event sponsors are very important. Some VIPs are come, okay, some big families are come, okay, they donate their money or they donate their some things to the needed peoples. Next one is selection of location. Here selection of location is very very important, because without knowing the location, without knowing the time, a event cannot be started. Next one is general etiquette and protocol. Here how mannerly they are been treated the participants. So for example, ನಾವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಈವೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಗೇಟ್ some welcome peoples are there, or welcome machines are there, robots are there, so that it show our inside, so ಒಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. Next one is post event management. So here each team is expected to come out with a detailed budget plan based on the activities planned by them. So each team is expecting a specify the resource person needed for their activity. So these are been considered in the general details. So this ends this topic.